This summer, everyone's favorite nanny, Mary Poppins, will be visiting Prince George in an adaptation of the Broadway musical, courtesy of Judy Russell.
As usual, with every great story, there's a few specific storylines going on. It's not just about Mary, it's about George Banks, who has lost his way with his family, and Winifred Banks, who's not sure what she should be doing either, and the children who are out of control, and then they are able to basically find their way back in a sense to who they should be as members of a family.
Comparatively, the Broadway version of Mary Poppins is much more recent than the film. We're talking 2006 versus 1964. So understandably, some audiences might not be familiar with this story as a stage production.
The stage version itself is fairly similar to the version that everyone's familiar with, as far as Walt Disney and Julie Andrews, but then they've added a bit of an additional story and some great music on top of it.
There's so many amazing things they can do in the movies, and of course there are amazing things that they can do on Broadway. However, if it's going to translate to community theaters, it still has to be manageable in a smaller theater with less bells and whistles.
Whether in book, film, or now a musical, Mary Poppins has existed for decades. But for Judy, now was the time to bring this to the PG stage.
You know, it's a very, very popular show on Broadway at the moment. There's also a new movie coming out, which is really exciting. And there is just kind of the right element of people. Plus, this is a really big dancing corps, and there are lots and lots of teenagers and adults who are really great movers. It gives them an opportunity, partially because it's really, really popular on Broadway, and the new movie coming out, and it was, of course, a really big favorite of mine growing up.
You can catch Mary Poppins on stage from July 19th all the way through till the 31st at the Prince George Playhouse, with tickets available at centralinteriortickets.com.
Well, we're really excited for an audience because you sort of end up in a vacuum. You forget what things are, how an audience is going to respond to things like supercalifragilistic and how exciting that choreography is and how much fun that number is. And we're really excited to get it in front of an audience.
For Go on Shaw TV, I'm Kevin Neal.